Jackie, this might be a lot of trouble for him. But he has his ult back up, and he's got his weapon skill. He instantly uses it. He engages onto the Jackie, lands his E, and now Jackie in a lot of trouble. In this Eternal Return video, we watch Yomi, one of the strongest players on the Korean ladder right now, and how he uses Chiara to completely decimate his opposition. Guys, good things are gonna happen on the channel once I get to 1,000 subscribers. If you like my video, please consider subscribing. Let's get into the game. One of, if not the best Chiara players in the world, and he's on the Korean server right now. He's starting in Hospital. He's gonna go to Cemetery, then Chapel just for a fan. Then he's gonna go to Archery Range, Alley, and finally finish up his build at Beach. Early game interaction with Nadine. Some Nadines just poke you with a cheeky Q, but I think that Nadine took her W for movement. Alright, cool. And he's almost got everything that he needs from here. He might just move on to the next venue either way. Yep. Does that. Doesn't waste any time looking for the last bandage. Taking everything he needs. He finishes his rapier. Got some steel. He's going to be able to make steel armor. And so far just looking good. So far just focused on looting and getting everything he needs. Going to be making some drinks. Sorry, some of the stuff is in Korean, so not some of it, all of it is in Korean, so you know I struggle. Gonna be making some snacks and just looting everything he can. I'm surprised he didn't take the mousetrap earlier, but as I say that, he finds another one. Gonna be killing this bat. So now you know that your combo can one-shot pretty much a bat at level 4, so you can abuse that actually if you know what you're doing. Alright, gonna be running to Chapel, trying to find the fan. How lucky of him to find the fan so early and so quickly. He's looking for leather there. I don't think people would leave leather. It's a very common item in a lot of builds, so you'd be very lucky to find it on a corpse. He's now at Archery Range. Gets those shoes. Will he start up the boar? No, opts not to. Gets a nail. It's gonna help him make his white crane fan. So he's finished one of the big items that he needs. He's full build on that, and he just tosses that piece of armor immediately. I don't know why he picked it up, the cloth armor. Okay, cool. Got some oil cloth. Gonna be making a patch road into a hanbok, and picks up the oil again. Kites the bat. Starts wolves and bat at the same time, and ulties. He uses his ult to clear this. This is very interesting. That's very quick. Super fast clear. Gets the knee pads, the steel knee pads now. And boy oh boy, is he not wasting any time. Doesn't pick up the leather. Opts to just leave it where it is. Takes the cap instead. He's got a marker that he left here. I wonder why he did that. Oh, he wants the second pair of boots. Okay, so he's using those boots for Heelys. Alright, so Heelys implies that he's going to be building Boots of Hermes. I covered this in my last video. Boots of Hermes plus Force Core. These shoes, these sneakers plus Force Heelys. Heelys plus Force Core is going to give you a Boots of Hermes, which is a really good item. You just speed around the map. Alright, so he managed to clear some wolves there, and now he's parting to Ali. He's going to be looking for his stallion medal, trying to finish his Mistilteinn. Wow, gets the wetsuit, and he's going to be able to make his Amazoness armor. So he's finished one of his big items already, and he's done with the covert agent uniform as well, which means his Mistilteinn is done. He's going to just Sword of Justice into that big Mistilteinn, the legendary item. He just needs to find a branch and it's good. He's got Chain Coif. There's the branch he's going to need for Mistilteinn. Chain Coif builds into Closed Helm, just by the way. Gets the branches, and yeah, Mistilteinn. And we are online, guys. Now, this is when Black Survival begins. Everything else is just survive until you can get to this part. Just completely destroying these wolves. He's going to get the meteorite. Probably going to use that to make pendant, if I'm not mistaken. So moonstone into ribbon into pendant. And he's gonna be pathing to beach to finish off the build. Once he gets some gold, he's gonna be able to make the Imperial Burgonet. And yeah, so far really chilled game, not a lot going on. I see some activity here at beach. This might be the part where we start seeing some action. It's a Suichi. So he's tracking that Suichi. That Suichi is going to Uptown. Finishes his Imperial Burgonet. Just wondering what he needs to do. Looking for the turtle shell. One shots that bat. Gets the turtle shell. And yeah, drops the leather. And he's going to Uptown. Probably gonna start some fights, see what's up. He still needs EOD boots and Aegis, but he should be able to finish it here. Oh! Instant white flag from the Suichi. Doesn't want smoke. The ulti to the execute. Easy kill. And he's gonna be building the cabana. Does he equip this? Does he keep cabana? I think cabana is better than... No, he's opting to not equip it, but he's keeping it in his inventory. I guess there's a point where cabana might be better than his current Amazoness armor on Chiara. He's opting to keep it. Doesn't take the oil from that crate. Oil maybe not a priority right now. He seems to not have a lot of inventory space. And he's making his Crimson Blazelet. And there's a Hyjin. Will he take this fight? He's looking eager to go in. He goes in with his weapon skill, the D. Hyjin jukes out. That's a lot of damage onto him. Hyjin with the ult. And he's getting hit. Why is he still engaging? Hyjin with the turn and the Q. He still wants this fight. Uses his R to juke out on that ability. Hyjin now with the dash forward. Hyjin, oh my gosh, he's so low. Oh my word. That is tense. Manages to escape. There's some oil cloth he needs. Notice he marks it on the map for himself. Gonna be coming back there later for sure. If he survives that long. That Hyjin looks beastly right now. I don't think he wants smoke with the Hyjin. Well, he does want to fight. It's very clear. But he wasn't taking any good trades there. Finishes the Crimson Bracelet. He's been trying to do that. Hyjin back at it again. Oh, and the weapon skill into the E. This is the engage he needs. He uses his Q and the W burst. Hyjin is so low now. Hyjin with the turnaround. Not really. E into the Q. Oh, jukes out on that Q. This is massive. Gets the final E, and this should be the end of Hyjin. Even had the ult and the execute just to make sure at the end, but did not need it. And that's the fight he needed. He really got the engage he needed from the start. Like, he chunked Hyjin for like 50% at the start of the fight. And from there was really nothing he could do to mess it up. Picks up the Crimson Bracelet, the second one. He's got his Aegis done now. And he's also got the Heelys back in his inventory again. He's going back to that oil cloth. Like I said, he marked it on the map, and now he's going to make some boots, and he gets the EOD boots done. The combo between the boots and the steel kneecaps. Yeah, so far, just a really strong display. 2 kills on Chiara already. He's looking good. Level 13. He's going to want to be clearing the map now. Just farming up, getting strong for late game. Not taking any bad fights, taking the good ones, and yeah, he should be well on his way to a victory here. Chiara just a really tanky character as well. Just really able to take these long fights, and with the ultimate she becomes a different beast. Without it, she's a bit mediocre in my opinion. Lands her E onto Hyunwoo. Hyunwoo misses out on his E, and she instantly ults, uses the weapon skill to close the gap, but misses her E. Now just getting some of that damage on the R. Oh, and the Hyunwoo finally lands an E. He ults him, but now the damage, will he have enough damage to finish the Hyunwoo? He's taking this fight. Hyunwoo, I don't understand why he's still fighting. Gets the E. Oh, and look at that lifesteal. That's massive. Hyunwoo actually turning this fight, guys. And that's big. I don't think he wants this fight anymore. Kind of using the boars there just as a tool. Like if Hyunwoo had followed him, that boar would have knocked him into the wall. Very clever play there. Hyunwoo leaves him alone, and now he's just back to getting resources, trying to get some food together, and maybe trying to seek out a Wiccaline, or just trying to get some drinks, food, and yeah, get some legendaries going as well. I don't think there's any legendaries which work better on Chiara in specifically, but I'm willing to stand corrected on that. It's tracking a Magnus, doesn't seem to want that, just gets the Tree of Life. It's gonna use rocks, make some Powder of Life. Still very, very, very efficient play. This is the word that Loiso says, efficient play. Got his W and his E fully maxed out. Spots a Jukai, or Jukai spots him. He's going to be making Boots of Hermes now. Finish the Force Core off that Powder of Life. And yeah, gets the last point into his passive. This Chiara is going to be a different beast. This specific Chiara is going to be very, very strong. There we go, just making some fish. Grilling that fish on the rock, getting that grilled fish. You gotta love it. Still just attacking those bats, poor bats. Get one shot by these Chiaras. Uses the console, gonna be trying to look for anyone on the map really. Aya's got nothing. Now gonna be abusing some chickens. Oh, that is so satisfying. Just the Fiora, I think he engages on this. Fiora doesn't want it. Fiora's got Leviathan done. Full crit build. Fiora's done with the build. Still doesn't want the fight with Chiara. Doesn't feel she can win it. Maybe gonna wait until later. Alright, and now he's potting to a Hyperloop it seems. I wonder where he's going to be heading out. First loots the lead island or checks what she's got, but you're really not going to be finding good items on a dead corpse when you're playing at this elo. They tend to hide the best items. We've seen it happen before. I think if you looked in the last gameplay, the Adriana, she hid like 3 items in this closet in hospital. Alright, there's a lead island. What? Just pokes the lead Dyloon with the enhanced Q. Don't know why he changed his mind there. I thought he was gonna engage for sure. Just roaming around the map, and there's a Jackie. Telling the Jackie, no. Bye Jackie, I don't want to fight you. Man, I love these moments because they know their champ so well. He knows he's safe there. No CC from the Jackie. He can just hyperloop. There is some activity in hotel, but he doesn't want to take any fights. I think he's just waiting until late game here. I'm surprised he's not farming a bit more. Oh, but there's 2 Hyunwoos fighting, and this is his chance. Oh, misses on his E again. Manages to land his Q, and now engages with the R. This might be enough. Hyunwoo is not looking like he's getting away from this one. The execute still there. Lands the E, and this is almost definitely a kill. And yeah, execute very clean. The other Hyunwoo though, this is the lifesteal guy just getting back to 4 of Chiara. And this is a problem. He might go down here. Oh no, he's good. He's good. I think he can kite this out if he lands his E, which he does. Lands his E. And he should be good to go. Yeah, looking good. Hyunwoo still in pursuit out of nowhere. Oh man. A Jukai. Oh, and a Jackie. This might be a lot of trouble for him. But he has his ult back up. And he's got his weapon skill. He instantly uses it. He engages onto the Jackie. Lands his E. And now Jackie in a lot of trouble. Suddenly got his W up. Uses the execute W. Pops. And the Q to finish. And he just dialed on that Jackie. This is that same Jackie that was cutting him up earlier. So does get a little bit of cheeky revenge here. He's tickling the Hyunwoo at this point. Hyunwoo tickling him back, but a bit harder. Hyunwoo like pinching at him. Whereas anything he does to Hyunwoo is like a tickle. Magnus gonna complicate his situation with the slow. This Magnus is level 15, so not really safe for him to stick around these two characters. But he is going for it. He engages. Oh, and that's a lot of damage from the from the Magnus. Chiara has an ult now. And the weapon skill. Ooh, Juke's out on that Q. And the execute. Big plays. The food regening a lot of the health back. And Hyunwoo just doesn't get any of what he wants onto this Chiara. And it's back to the old same game of cat and mouse between these two. This has been very entertaining. Oh man. In that fight with the Magnus, if he hadn't gotten his ult when he did, I think the Magnus would have won. Oh, and the Lee Dylan just executed that Hyunwoo, and suddenly there's 3 players. It's that Jukai we were seeing from earlier, and the Lee Dylan left. That Lee Dylan took care of a big threat for Chiara. I think Lee Dylan is the biggest threat that Yomi is gonna have to fight right now. He's just porting back to hotel. Think he wants to use the hyperloop. Just clearing the wolves again, spamming his ult. Only 22-second cooldown on that thing. It is spammable at this point, guys. He sees the Jukai, but he's gonna activate the console. Doesn't engage. Doesn't activate the console. I think he... Why isn't he walking back? Oh, and the Jukai actually managing to kill the lead Dylan. And yeah, Chiara's just gonna loot. Yomi feasting. And I think that's Yomi's biggest threat. I'm not sure, but I think if the situation between these two characters, I'm pretty sure that Jukai needs his ult to win a fight. And if his ult engage doesn't kill Chiara, she should have advantage in a one-on-one. So Jukai in the situation here where he has to make the big boy play, Chiara kind of just gonna be able to just chill and maybe just work towards getting a favorable fight. He's got 2 cabanas in his inventory. I thought he was gonna dump one at some point. Dumps the heated stone, opts to take the butter. Dumps the butter, opts to take the heated stone. Uses his enraged Q to check the bush, dodges out on the Jukai, lands his E instantly. There's a bomb there. I think he... Oh, burned to a crisp being used, and he instantly has to go into ult. That's the fight that Jukai wants for sure. Jukai not even sticking around after that lands. Gets a bomb onto Chiara, and that's big. Chiara with the R. And now Jukai just trying to land some slows, and the E from Chiara landing with the Q. He's got his W up. He's going to be able to pop it. Pop it. He's got his weapon skill as well for the engage. Now just planting traps, activating the console. I think they both want a better fight here. Ooh, lands his E onto Jukai. Ooh, that Jukai is pretty low now. Might not have enough food. No time pressure on Jukai yet. Chiara activating some traps, but there's no problems because Jukai isn't around. Maybe Jukai just stalls, tries to get his ult back up. Tries to get some health back. He's got his health back up to 4. Just trying to poke him out. Oh, those traps are doing big damage. and the R activated by Chiara. He wants this fight. Jukai going back, trying to engage, and now the kiting is playing out very well for Chiara, and Jukai very low here. There's no R, execute the burn to a crisp. Oh, but the Q is enough to burst Jukai down, and that is the victory from this Chiara. And that was a 6-kill game from that Chiara. Pretty big showing from that guy. Really from Yomi. Look at me calling him that guy. Really cool to watch. Guys, if you enjoyed, please subscribe, please like the video, and I'll be making more of this content. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm out. Peace.